I'm Slavinatorski, and welcome to the channel. For the new viewers, thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoy what you see. For my continuing viewers, thank you. I always appreciate it. You all, both of y'all are the reason I keep doing these videos. Alright, so what are we doing today? As you notice, I cleaned up a little bit back here. Kind of moved some things out of storage because it looked absolutely atrocious before. But what we're doing today is I wanted to do a follow-up, or rather a recap, of my carry, which is an HK P30SK. I've been carrying this for a few years now, and I just wanted to come back, kind of do a second review after having it for so long, see if my opinion's changed, things like that, show how the setup is, all the accessories I have for it, and just go through them in the video. So I hope you like what you guys see. Alright, welcome back everybody, and here we are again, taking a look at something else from HK. I know, it's a shocker, right? Alright, so, I already have it off to the side. This is the P30SK. This has been my carry for the past few years. And I wanted to go back over this from my initial video on it to do my follow-up. So let me go ahead and make sure everything is clear. It all usually is. So we're good to go there. So all those safety people, you are now appeased. Alright, so let's check out what all was in the box when I picked this up. Of course, you can always expect this with any of the P30 series. I've been trying to get my hands on a P30LS. We'll see if that happens. HK always gives pretty decent guides in there. And manuals, of course. You always got to have the swag. I think a lot of people nowadays are just like little kids, and they're more concerned about the stickers than they are the actual items in there. Of course, cable lock, adjustment tool, cushions, and you do get a magazine assist for loading it, an extra finger groove butt plate, but I did actually purchase an extra one of these offline, so that's why this one is in here and not actually on the unit itself. Here we have another upgrade that I did. These are the original sights that come with it. They are metal. As you can see, that's my magnet. The front and rear sight are metal, and the cool thing about it is they're glow in the dark. You can't really see it here because they're not charged. Let me see if I get a little charge on that. So you can kind of see it a little bit, but both of these are luminescent. They're not tritium or anything like that, just luminescent. It's basically glow in the dark paint like you put on, I don't know, a Spirit Halloween item or something like that. You do have side plates of 3 different sizes because one is installed on it. Back plates of 3 different sizes, one is installed on it. And you see this is customized so you can have bigger or, I'm sorry, this is made for the P30SK, but you can have bigger or smaller magazines in it when it's sitting in the box. And is there anything underneath all of this? There is nothing underneath all of this. So actually, I'm going to put this underneath all of it. Actually, I'm going to keep that sticker. Everybody likes a sticker. Alright, so now that we have everything put back, we'll get the box out of the way. When you get this, wherever you pick it up from, whether it's your FFL or a show, something like that, you're going to get the item, which is the P30SK. Ooh, I clicked the wrong button. I'm sorry about that. You get the P30SK and 2 magazines. So we're going to get into the pros and cons of this because I have had it for a while and I absolutely love this. And I absolutely love HK. But there are pluses and minuses when it comes to HK. And it comes to this unit in particular. Let's start in the magazines. They are well-made magazines. You see here. So you have one with flush and one with the pinky extension. So flush looks like that. It looks really good. It's great for conceal. And pinky extension is great for at the range. And just for overall comfort. But back to the magazines. They are very well made. I haven't had any issues. You can see these have gone in and out quite a few times. Both made in Germany. My only critique, and this is of a lot of HK, is that capacity though. It's only 10, and this is of 9mm. I wish we could get this up to 12, 13, 15 at least, because these are fairly large mags, and this is a fairly large item. So I wish we could get these up to a higher capacity without having to extend out the bottom quite a bit. Of course, you can get the ones +2, +3, +5 on the bottom here, but I'm talking these should be able to hold more somehow. I'm sure it's how the whole thing's designed, but there are more viable options with higher capacity right now if you really wanted it. But that's my main critique of this, is just it's not as high capacity as everything else could be. But then again, it is an older model, so yeah, take it with it. I'm not trashing on it. I love this thing. It's been my carry for years. All right, so let's get right onto the sights. These I ordered off of Amazon. You see them on here. They're true glow sights, so they have the fiber optic, so you see just how high vis those are. I love these sights. I love that they're beveled off on the edges. They're not hard, so they don't snag on anything. On the front, you'll notice it's beveled on the front down here, so that doesn't snag. It is angled on the back, but I haven't really run into issues with that. And they are also glow in the dark. It's hard to see on the camera, but I assure you they are. They glow just as much when it is dark out. You'll notice the front has the white ring around it, so it's high vis with the green. Very, very nice. Now, as I said before, this is an older model. So this is the SK. So this is the short one. This is made for concealed carry. You have a manual safety on the frame, and it's on for both sides. You do have this button back here is a decocker. So this is hammer fired. That button will decock it safely without having to worry about expending a round. Of course, you have serrations on the front and the rear, press checks, racking it, anything like. I have a very strong spring in there. Very nice. Your slide, catch, slide release is on both sides. Also very nice. You do have the typical European magazine release. I actually like it quite a bit. For me, it's a second nature. I'll just grab it with the other hand, or you can, if your hands are big enough, do it that way. These are kind of designed for people with larger hands. You can switch out the side plate and the back plate if you wanted to, and make this part a little smaller, and make these a little smaller, but I kind of prefer these for my large hands. I do like the finger grooves because you have the little designs in there to get you some extra grip all the way around. You do have these cutouts here, so let's say there's dirt, debris, anything in there. This doesn't come out. You can strip it easily. So I like that. There isn't really any beveling, maybe slightly on the front there in the magwell, but as usual when I load mags, I always load them. I feel the back and guide them in. So that kind of gets around that. You'll see here I've just about killed the battery on the light. It's time I switch out the battery on that. It only works if I hold it down now. Actually, I might have just changed the way I do that. Anyways, let's get off that. So that is the Viridian C5L. This has been on here for years. So you do have a front rail spot here, so you can put anything. And what I found out is that the C5L fits on here perfectly. It's nice and flush. You don't have much gap. And I put this on here when I started carrying it. So I can't remember if it was 2 or 3 years ago. I have not changed that battery in 2 or 3 years. So that's pretty good. And I've cleared the house, I've cleared the yard. I've brought this out with me when I carry other places, and I've had to use the light a few times when I was a little concerned about stuff. So not bad at all. I really did like that. It's only now that the battery is getting to the point that I have to switch it out. And it's a very common battery type. I do have a review on this light itself, so if you want to look that up to see what that battery type it takes. I think it's an A23 if I remember correctly, but I'm not 100%. But you can look that up on the channel if you want to go and Google it. But it is green light, or green laser and light. Very nice, very high vis. So back to the item itself. You come around here, you see nice beveling on the front, which makes it easier to holster and unholster. Very, very nice. And it does lock to the back very well, and you can drop it very, very easily. Decock it, carry it cocked and locked if you wanted to. Nothing happens there. And very nice. Now the single action trigger pull is super, super nice. You get back here, and there's nothing to it to get it past that. Once you get it there, it's super, super easy. Let's check that reset. Right there. So it resets a bit before you get to the pull. So it resets about here. The brake is here. Super, super crisp brake. So let's do that reset one more time. I'm going to turn on the light on my camera here. Right there. And then brake here. Double action trigger. It's much heavier, which it should be. So you're going to squeeze all the way back. And there. And then the brake's going to be the same because now you're in single action mode. But it's a much, much heavier pull from there. Very, very nice. So we've gone over most of the features there. Takedown and stuff, I'm not going to show in my videos anymore because I keep getting the yellow sign of sadness. If you would like to see a breakdown of this, you can either go to the original video or leave a comment in the comment section and I'll make a brand new one and show you step by step how to take this down. I'll make its own separate video. Alright, so I haven't broken this thing out in a minute. Let's go ahead and break it out. We're going to check that trigger pull and see if I can't scratch the crap out of it like I did something else. Alright, so I have my Lyman trigger gauge here. We're going to do an average of 3. And I'm going to do them all on single action. And we'll do it that way. Alright, 4 pounds, 8.7 ounces. £3, 10.4 ounces. £3, 6.5 ounces. So you see you get a little bit better each time for an average of £3, 13.9 ounces. Plus also that first one was kind of me just getting used to it. It's very weird pulling a trigger like this. You should do it sometime and feel just how odd it feels. So let's just do one more. 3 pounds, 7.3 ounces. So that gives you an idea. Alright, so double action. This is going to be the tough one. See if I can do this without breaking anything. Double action, 10 pounds, 6.6 ounces. My hands were shaking. I was trying to not drop anything or like break this little part here. But I don't want to do 2 more of those, but that gives you an idea of roughly where it's about. That double action is pretty much where it needs to be. It's tough to do anything with it. Basically, if you're carrying it with the safety off, the hammer down, you should be fine. I don't foresee any problems happening there. Alright, so let's put the trigger gauge up. And we will get out the scale. So everybody loves the scale. As you see, just Amazon basics. Little kitchen scale I picked up. This is honestly all I ever use it for. Alright, so I want to also weigh this with some freedom seeds inside of it. Alright, so let me pull some aside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus 1. Alrighty. So, let's just go ahead and test this bad boy. Let's see what an empty mag looks like. 2.7 ounces. I wonder if the finger... the finger groove adds 0.2 ounces. Interesting. Alright, so the item by itself, 1 pound, 8.8 ounces, so it's pretty heavy. So, let me go ahead and load up the magazines and I'll be right back. Alright, magazine loaded. Safety is on. Magazine inserted. Pointed in a safe direction. We're looking at 1 pound, 15.8 ounces. 1 pound, 15.8 ounces. Plus 1 is 2 pounds, 0.2 ounces. So that gives you an idea of that's what you're going to be carrying either in your bag, on your hip, OWB, IWB, I don't know, somebody's purse maybe. It all depends, but that's what you're going to be carrying. So let's look at if you're doing a fully loaded magazine. Let's say you wanted an extra one. They're 7 ounces a piece when they're fully loaded. So that's if you wanted to carry extra on, again, your bag, your pocket, anything like that. That's how much weight you're going to be carrying with you. That is another critique I have of this, is it is a very heavy item. So you want to make sure you lift your weights and stuff when you're carrying it around, or at the very least, wear a belt. This thing will pants you. I'm not saying that because I have experience in it or anything like that. Alright, so next up is I wanted to show you some accessory options for this, and in this case is a holster. So what I did, because there aren't very many that will fit this with the Viridian C5L attached, so I contacted Right Leather Works. It's kind of cool they give you this little thing with it, and asked them if they could make, because they already made holsters for the HK P30SK, but I asked them if they could make it with the Viridian C5L attached, and they said of course. So you'll see here how that works. They pinch it off here so nothing falls out. It is secure. It does not fall out. And it goes in and out quite nicely. And you'll see this is fitted to it well. It's got a bit of roughage on there, but I have been using this for a bit now to carry this. So, going in, fits just like that. Now the only critique I would have to say is you see right here I have a little extra wear, because you want to do it like that. Drop in the end and push it down, because it does kind of catch a little bit here and rub extra. But if it's on your body, it's already going to be along these lines. You're just going to drop it straight in. As you can see, when it is in the proper spot, and you would have a belt holding this down, it's easy to go in and out. So, just like that. Fits great. I have been perfectly happy with this holster and haven't needed anything else. And if you know me at all, you know I love my leather holsters. Alright, so one other critique that I have, and this can go either way because you can kind of get over it if you wanted to, but is there are smaller options on the market now. Now these, let me go ahead and drop the mag out of that one, but this is actually smaller, higher capacity, and it weighs less. You'll see the HK is quite a bit thicker. Now that's also a good thing too, because that means it's more durable and it's going to last better, and HK is always built to last. But that gives you an idea of just the size difference between the two, because this is a P30XL. So there is quite a bit of difference in the size. The height's pretty similar, but this is also quite a bit heavier than this is. So that would be one of my critiques. Is just, as usual, per time goes on, there are options that come out that are always better, lighter, smaller, easier to get to, things like that. But I just wanted to make that a point of, you can kind of put this up against the P30XL and really get an idea of just how much bigger it is. Bigger, beefier, very durable, much more durable I would say than probably this is, but also bigger, harder to conceal. So a little food for thought there. Alright, so I went ahead and I took that battery out while I was thinking about it and wanted to get the size of it. This is a CR2 battery. So that gives you an idea. And this thing lasted several years, 2 to 3 years inside of that, being used all the time. Clear the yard, house, different things, playing with it, just playing with the laser some days. But yeah, it lasted 2 years, and these are not expensive. So that's a CR2 battery that goes inside of the C5L, just in case you wanted to know. And I know I said earlier to look up the other videos. I figured I'd save you having to do that. Alright, that's all I really had to show on it. Just wanted to kind of give you guys an idea of what I've been using as my carry. Kind of do a follow-up review of this, because I did it originally a few years ago, I think right after I first got it. There's been a few upgrades, a few additions since then, a few cool accessories. But if this is something you guys are interested in, pick it up when you see it. You can get it with or without the safety, depending on what you like. If you get it without the safety, it does make it a little thinner, so that's one plus there. But I definitely think it's worth it. I've loved this thing for years. I think you'll love it too. Get a hold of it whenever you get a chance to. It is a very great feeling concealed carry, and you can't really go wrong with it. It's just a little bit bigger than the options that are out now, but that's not a bad thing in my opinion. It makes it more durable. But again, plus pros and cons. Bigger, more durable, smaller, easier to conceal, yada yada. That's all. But that's it. I'll get off that little tangent there. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you like these? Do you hate them? Do you carry one yourself? I really like these. Do you have any experience with the Viridians and stuff? What are your experiences with them? Let me know in the comment section. But that's all I had on it for today. I want to thank everyone that stopped by to watch the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to toss those thoughts down in the comment section. And I hope everyone out there stays safe, keeps your family safe, and don't give up on your goals. Now, I usually give an inspirational quote here, so a lot of times it's just the first thing that pops in my head, and I usually focus it on something that I'm personally dealing with. So what I would say is stay the course right now. I'm filming this near the end of October 2021, so things are probably going to get a little rough coming up here. Get everything prepared, set what you need to do, get your family in order, get yourself in order, and keep pushing forward. Don't fall into depression, don't fall into ruin. Keep going, keep at it. Even if your progress is not as much as you'd like it to be, keep at it. Even if it's just a little bit, it's still progress. Look at it that way. All right, guys? So just keep pushing forward. But that is all for today. Remember to keep active, stay strong. I'll talk to you guys again in the next video. And until that video, take it easy. Enjoy your day. I hope you have a great one, and we'll see you then. If you're interested in learning more about the channel, you can follow me at Twitch, where I drop my gaming content and stream regularly, Instagram, to find out more about me personally and what I do in my day-to-day life, Twitter, where I'm usually posting links from the Share with Friends option from Classics contests, and Facebook as another outlet to share the content that I'm dropping regularly. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell and enable all notifications to see the most current content dropping.